Hey there, Knicks fans. You hear us talking about fair play, earning fan cash on your bets, even sweepstakes to win more fan cash. But now, Fanatics Sportsbook has introduced something that is changing the game. It's a brand new way to parlay called squad bets. Just build your custom squad, pick your market, points, rebounds, assists, whatever, and then set your target. It could be 40, 50, 60, or even 70 plus. Then sit back and watch your squad go to work with live tracking throughout the action. And the best part is, if one player doesn't perform, the rest of your squad can pick up the slack. So your bet stays alive all the way to the very end. Track it live, cash out whenever you want. Squad bets, only at Fanatics Sportsbook. Parlays, hit different here.
Whoa, you did the orange?
Yep.
How'd you do the orange?
I contacted someone at Helix. They colored the celluloid for me.
How?
Money, baby. Me and my pop, we believe in you. We're invested. That's why he's been so mad. Check it out, Rachel. Here, check out the packaging.
MARTY SURPREME, the official Mighty Mouse Championship table tennis ball, professionally made orange spheres. You came up with that?
Yeah, pretty good, right?
That's pretty good, Dion. This is I'm stunned. I'm stunned.
It's hand drawn too.
You drew this?
Yeah.
It's inspired.
Appreciate it.
I don't think you know what you're capable of.
Joining me now on the Knicks Film School Podcast, live from Fanatics headquarters, a gentleman who everybody is familiar with, or if you're not familiar with him, what the hell are you doing? He is a big Knicks fan, and I am excited to see your reaction when I say this. Academy Award nominated actor, Luke Manley.
Thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. And Academy Award nominated,
Dude,
adjacent.
No. There is a casting Oscar. You were part of the cast of MARTY SURPREME,
Okay.
obviously. Is that the first time somebody has introduced you as that?
Yes.
And how's it feel?
It feels fantastic, honestly. that felt amazing. So thanks a lot.
What's funny is, so the movie hit, and I know we were talking about it a little bit off air. I was thinking, if you would have asked me a month ago how I would be introducing you, I would have said Academy Award winner, because the casting of that film, not only you, which was like awesome, but like you're like Abel Ferrara and like Odessa and like you're freaking George Gervin. Like what?
Nice man.
Yeah, like crazy. The cast. Did you actually ever think like, oh my God, I'm part of this ensemble cast that's like never been assembled before?
So, yeah, man, I'll say we got robbed at the Oscars.
You
Come
did.
on, the kid. Come on. But
Anybody could cast Leo in a movie. That's easy.
Come on. No, but dude, yeah, no, I couldn't believe how they made the movie work with all these crazy characters. in that
Wow.
movie. Like you just mentioned, like crazy characters. I don't understand it, but whatever. I'm just glad we got nominated. The casting director is the nicest woman ever, Jennifer Vendetti. So it sucks, but whatever. She'll win one eventually.
She'll get one. I mean, the category's here now, so it's cool for everybody who is in that part of the industry. We'll get back to Marty in a bit. Let's talk about the Knicks first and a little bit of your backstory.
Okay.
Even before the Side Talk video, which we'll get to too. When did you start becoming a Knicks fan?
So I don't know if you remember, and you play video games at all?
I dabbled in like 2K
when you were
when I
younger.
was like a kid.
Okay. Well, NBA Live 2003. This
I
was,
remember that.
dude, Jason Kidd on the cover. They gave you the CD with the game. It was the best game of all time to me. I was, 9 or 10 when it came out.
Okay.
And I fell in love with basketball. Like, I was always a fan of the Knicks. Like, when I was little, like, my dad and my mom, like, didn't really watch it. My brother watched basketball.
Okay.
My older brother. But I didn't really, you know what I mean? I was young.
Sure.
NBA Live 2003, I was like, this is it, man. I love this. Like, it was so fun. Tracy McGrady on the Magic. Like, I always use the Magic,
right.
man.
Yeah,
Pat
that's
Garrity,
good too.
Daryl Armstrong. Like, they had 3 guys, and then McGrady was just a cheat code, just jamming everybody. But the Knicks, Latrell Sprewell and Allen Houston, like, they sucked in the game.
Yeah. They weren't that good by then, and then they got Marbury.
Yes, but that game, like, made me fall in love with basketball. And then my team was the Knicks, obviously New York.
Sure.
I'm not gonna be a front runner, like, and the Magic didn't really do it good either. But it just McGrady was my guy. But so that made me fall in love with basketball, and then started watching the Knicks like as I grew from there.
Did you?
So video game got me involved, which is crazy. But
No, but listen, you're not the first person to think like Madden with like football and everything.
and I got to shout this out at the SAG Awards.
Yeah.
I wore a pin of the CD, the PlayStation 2 CD, NBA Live 2003.
You're kidding me.
Because if I never got that game, I don't think I would have loved basketball. and I don't think I would have went to the game that I said the Marty Supreme, the dad's dick lot, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get there.
So it all worked out. It's kind of crazy.
Let's get there now. So which game of the Hawks series was it?
So I was trying to think. I'm trying
was
to
it a home game?
It was a home. It was at the Garden, but I didn't go. It was a watch party.
Yes. Okay. I've heard this.
And I'm almost positive it was game 5. Like we lost 4-1 that series.
So it's funny. Game 5 is the only game I went to of the series.
Come on.
Yeah. I was at game 5. And they were down the whole game. It was like a depressing game.
It was awful. I kept saying, we got him right where we want him. We got him right where we want him. We didn't. And that bastard Trae Young just murdered, and like all the stuff he was doing, I was like, oh, I hate this fucking guy. But God bless, he was great in that series. But so it was game 5. It must have been game 5 because we were like so depressed. And you're right, they were up the whole game. We didn't have it at all.
It was never really close.
No.
I think Obi had like a moment, when he like hit a 3 or something. So you are enjoying yourself despite the fact that the Knicks are again blown out. Game's over. You get just approached by like a random guy with an iPhone. Tell me how that goes.
So I was enjoying myself. I had a lot of tequila shots. It was free. Shout out Big Dick Energy for the watch party. And dude, it was exactly. And so blasted. And we're like, you know what? Fuck. We just lost. We're the Knicks, baby. Fuck Trae Young. Let's go to the Garden. So we went, and there was just camera, like the side talk camera, just all with lighting, like you could tell, like this is a ruckus group. Yeah, everyone's trying to get on camera, and I'm blasted. So I was like, I gotta get on this. Did you
think about what you were gonna say before you actually said it?
No, not at all.
It was completely off the cuff.
So that's the thing. They cut out. I went on a rant on that mic. I don't know what I was saying. I was beat bopping and scatting, like Costanza would say. I was going insane on this mic. Just anything I could say, anything. I don't know what I was saying, but they used that. Because that must have been the most absurd thing I said.
And that, for anybody who may have missed the video, is Trae Young looks like, I should let you say it.
Trae Young looks like my dad's dick.
Trae Young looks like my dad's dick. I never saw my dad's dick. He still looks like shit.
And the rest is history. When did Josh Safdie get in touch with you?
So this was 3 years after, in 2024.
But you've been doing some stuff in like... Right?
Yeah. Shout out New York Nico and Humans of New York. I was on New York Nico for like my funny, like bullshit videos I made. And then Humans of New York showed like the kind side of me, whatever. It was a nice thing. Yeah. So I got so many followers off that and Nico, but it kind of sucked. I was half pregnant. It's like so many middle-aged women followed me from Humans of New York because like I was a caring, chubby guy. But then the Nico, like the other followers were like the guy that wanted like hot, like sports takes, like Derek Jeter's fucking great. Like, but it's like those half. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, so I didn't really post a lot. But anyway, sorry. So this is what happened. So Safdie saw a Twitter video.
Okay.
That went because I think it was like people just reposting it from 2021.
Sure.
And he was like, holy shit! It went viral, and the casting director knew she saw me on New York Nico's page.
Okay.
So she reached out to him for my number. So the first text I got was Nico's like, hey, A24 is shooting a new movie with Chalamet. Are you interested? They want to talk to you. I was like, are you kidding me? Yes.
Your relationship to Tim Chalamet as a movie watcher at that point was what? Were you a fan of his?
Nothing.
You knew him as a fan?
I knew him from Call Me by Your Name, and
of course,
it's not one of my favorite movies. So I was like, no. So I was like, oh, okay. Like I knew he was a big actor though. Like I knew he was like, oh, like I knew he was a up and coming guy. So I was like, that's all I knew though. I didn't watch a lot of his movies.
Okay. Were you familiar with Josh Safdie and like had you seen Uncut Gems?
Yes. I was familiar with him. And I loved Uncut Gems.
Yeah, great movie.
I loved it. I loved the ending of that movie.
Great. Uncut Gems, awesome, and Good Time. My personal favorite. Good
Time is crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Good Time is crazy.
Anyway, so was there an audition, like, or did they were like, we want you? Like, how did that go?
So right away, I got a text from one of the people that worked for Jennifer Vendetti, and they're like, hey, could you come in to this office, like just an informal like interview, and maybe we'll have you improv. Okay, I can't really like study for that, right? So I went dressed like a fucking jerk off, like I dressed in a Yankees jersey and stupid like short pants, like what I'm wearing now, like I dressed like an idiot, and I went in. I was just myself.
By the way, it's Steve Novak jersey.
Shout out! I know Final Four, but whatever. Steve Novak's the best. Anyway, so we'll go in, and she was one of the best people I ever met. So easy to talk to. She asked me about everything from like what my dad did to a living from where I was born from, like Aaron Rodgers, because I'm a huge Jet fan.
Okay.
And that was at that point when he went to the team.
Sure, yeah.
Like for like half hour, 40 minutes, I talked to this woman.
Just talking.
And she filmed the whole thing.
Okay.
Then she was like, all right, I'm going to have 2 guys come in here and improv. They're going to try to get your dad's keys, but you cannot give it to him. Okay.
Okay.
She said the settings to 50s. So the first time they come in, and it's a minute of them, or 2 minutes of them just being like, come on. I'm just saying no. And I'm like, all right, you know what? All right, guys, let's go. Let's take my dad's car. And she stopped. She was like, no. Under no circumstances can you give him the keys.
Okay.
I was like, okay. And then I don't know. I'm telling you, I blacked out, but I was like saying 50s lines and saying crazy stuff. And the guys were like, that was amazing, dude. That was awesome.
And that was it.
And that was it. And they didn't say like I had the role or anything. A month later, I got a text. Hey, you 98% have the role. I was like, 90%.
I was about to say 90%. I'd rather hear nothing.
Yeah,
than
no,
say
exactly.
90%.
And then they had me go to a camera test the next month.
Yeah.
And I met Safdie.
Okay.
And he was awesome. And I was like, dude, like, do I have the role? Yeah, of course. You've had the role since the beginning. Okay, that's amazing. And I was like, it was the best feeling I ever had. And I didn't realize it was going to be speaking until I met him that day. I thought it was just going to be like an ice cream man in the background or something stupid.
Me.
You know what I mean? I didn't know it was going to be speaking in it.
Well, you're like the 6th or 7th lead of the film, and you have so many great scenes. But the one I wanted to ask you about in particular, I could sit here and talk to you about the movie for the whole time, but is the scene in the room where you eventually throw the ping pong balls out the window, which is you, it's Odessa, it's Timmy, and it's your dad, played by John Katsimatidis, who's awesome. And again, another example of like, why did they think to put this person who like ran for mayor once upon a time in the movie?
I'm gonna sleep on the street. I'm
I love it because like my favorite part of the movie, the reason why I love it is like watching this character, Marty, as like these walls of lies are closing in on him and seeing how he reacts. And that in that room, it's like, oh my God, it's all coming in on him. How is he going to get out of it? And then seeing you react to him, it was my favorite scene in the movie.
Thank you, man. Me too. And that was so fun filming it with them, and just watching them act was extraordinary. Like they're so young and so talented. Like
Odessa's crazy.
And I had like a front row seat, like, because they're arguing and I'm just in that room just watching like actors act, and like I felt so cool. And when I threw the ping pong balls, it was so many that was the funnest time I've ever had.
Oh, I'm sure.
I threw it out the window like 18 times. And like I felt bad because
I'm a bit of the prop person that needs to go.
Exactly. No, there was like prop guys with rakes. And they had like 10 boxes lined up. So and I'm not kidding, I think they might use stunt hands. So I got alligator arms, and it's hard to unfold the box, you know what I'm saying, and toss it out. So I think it might have been a stunt guy that threw the actual ones. Because he had a clean throw. You know,
it was a good throw.
Great throw.
Yeah.
I'd like to say it was me, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll give you credit for it.
Thanks.
I'll ask, what was it like working with Timmy?
Amazing. Such a nice guy from day one. When I met him doing the camera test, the camera test was just, they're like, oh, just bull crap, like improv and just throw eggs into a bucket. Literally, that's what we're doing, throwing eggs into a bucket. That's how I met him. And we were just talking about the Knicks.
Whatever works.
Talking about Chipotle, talking about movies, like Dune, working with Josh Brolin, The Goonies. Goonies is one of my favorite movies.
It's awesome.
And he said Josh Brolin was the best. He's just a normal guy, and he's 30, I think. So it's like, he gets it. He's a huge Knicks fan. He's a normal guy.
Are you, how would you compare yourself as a fan in terms of the type of fan you are to Timmy? Like, are one of you, who's more passionate, who gets more, into the games?
He gets very involved.
It seems like it.
If I was courtside, I think I would get, when I watch a game, I'm passionate as hell. I am.
I'm seen
yelling
you,
and I'm like, motherfucker, like what?
Because they show you on MSG and you're like,
Oh yeah, yes. And yeah, I'm passionate. Definitely. I'd say I'm more passionate when I'm yelling.
Okay.
But he's involved for, especially a celebrity, like to stand and yell. They don't, you know what I mean? The guys sitting courtside.
I mean, during the playoffs last year, watching him and Stiller together, like I would watch like a cam of just those two guys watching like a big dick playoff.
They're very involved, and God bless them. That's like very cool to me. Like as big as they are, to like be very involved.
Yeah.
Like they're not fake fans. They're not just going for the limelight and the pictures.
Well, it's not like LA. LA Laker fans, bunch of fakakta nonsense. Other than Jack. Jack, I think, is always legit.
Yeah.
Everybody else. So the movie hits. Like I'll say now, probably my favorite film in terms of the experience. I watched with my wife. We went to the theater. We got a babysitter because we were like, we have to see this in the theater. Can't wait till this comes out on streaming. And we were both, we're both parents, and like the movie ends with the baby and everything. And we're both like, it was like one of those movies that hits you like a ton of bricks, but like repeatedly hits you with tons of bricks as you're watching. And so you're on the map, and Fanatics comes calling at some point to do this ad that you just put out. We put out a couple weeks ago, right?
Yes. So Jack, shout out Jack from Side Talk. He left Side Talk, but he hit me up. He was like, hey, I think you'd be perfect for this role. I guess Fanatics hired him to do it.
Okay. I'm
not sure the intricacies of it, but he reached out and he sent me the storyboard of it. And I was like, this is me. This is like, I'm a gambler.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm kind
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you gamble on sports?
I love it, dude. I'm a degenerate. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not a degenerate. I'm kidding. But I bet very low money on stuff like $20. You know what I'm saying?
I tell Andrew all the time, I do $10, like, man, not even every game, but like if I bet, I'll do like one $10 bet, and like that's enough to keep me like engaged, which is what I like about squad bets, because I can literally put $10 down, pick out 3 guys I think are going to have a good game that night. We'll do a little squad bets later. The GM concept of it, because you like play a GM, you wear a suit, the whole thing, like that was always the idea.
Yes, and I thought they did it perfectly, and I love
it was awesome.
The walk in the steakhouse, like thinking who the hell I am with 2 other like bosses, like that. I love that. That was awesome. And signing the ball hell out of here, but it was I thought it was funny as hell.
So the Knicks have had some illustrious GMs over my lifetime and over your time being a fan as well. Who would you least want to be in charge? Let's say you had to bet your entire paycheck for Marty Supreme on one squad bet. Which of the 4 GMs between Phil Jackson, Isaiah Thomas, Steve Mills, and who am I forgetting? Scott Layden, would you least want to be responsible for your squad bet?
Oh, Phil Jackson.
Without hesitation, Phil Jackson.
Wait, not him. With him not responsible.
Not responsible.
Yes.
Okay. I thought about this coming in today, and I was between Phil and Steve Mills.
Okay.
Because yes, Phil Jackson gave Joakim Noah $72 million. I don't know how that worked out.
I'd suck because I had so much faith in him.
In like Phil or in Joakim Noah?
No, in Phil.
So did I. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. When he drafted Frank, so I was one of the, talk about poor life decisions. I was on the Frank Ntilikina train. I was like, the train was about to head off the cliff and I was still on the train. I refused to get off. But looking back, it's like that was one of the worst draft picks in Knicks history. And yet when he got drafted, I was like, oh, well, Phil sees something in the kid.
Exactly what I thought.
He must be awesome.
Amazing on D. I was like, this is going to be our guy.
Yeah.
My buddy TJ was on that train too the whole time.
He's
good. It's Frank.
Yeah. But then, Steve Mills, I mean, effectively giving Ron Baker a player, I love Ron Baker, but like effectively giving him a player option. It's those 2. Isaiah actually had an eye for talent. Yes. So that's why I'd be like, I'd be okay giving Isaiah one of my squad bets. Yes. And Layden was just boring. So good transition to talk about this Knicks team. We're filming this before the Bulls game tonight.
We're going to win.
Please don't lose freaking Bulls.
Yeah.
You would think. What has this year been like for you as a Knicks fan?
So up and down. I like there's certain points I feel amazing about them, and there's certain points I feel awful about them the whole season. And with how good they are, I feel like they should have better chemistry, and they don't.
Why don't they?
They're falling flat, and it's like I think. I hate to say it. I think Mike Brown's a good coach.
Okay.
I don't think he's a great coach.
Were you a Tibbs guy?
I was a huge Tibbs guy.
Oh, I knew I
emphasis on huge.
I was such because Tibbs. We're not gonna get to Tibbs right now, but Tibbs was like very much about into like my sensibilities are like I appreciate a guy like a no nonsense. Like he doesn't care if you like him, hate him, anything in between. He's gonna do what he thinks is right. He puts in the work behind the scenes. Mike Brown, I think, came in with like a lot of big ideas about what he was going to make the team. And I'm not sure if that's always jived with what they necessarily like want to do. That's kind of where I'm at on Mike Brown.
I hear you. No, I think you're exactly right. I think they need a guy in between both of them. Like Tibbs is too much. You know what I mean? And
well,
Brown is too little.
Jason, you mentioned Jason Kidd. Who, I think that's who they wanted.
This way, I think they would have a better record with Tibbs. Do you?
I think they would probably have a better record with Tibbs as far
Maybe
as
they'd be drained more. But
well, so that's the thing is it's like he's played all these kids. Like Mohamed Diawara is like a fan favorite, like sensation now. Would we even know who Mohamed Diawara was if Tibbs is still the coach? Probably not. But at the same time, like, I'm going to sound like a broken record because I talk about this on my pod all the time. But like, if the head coach doesn't have a great relationship with one of the star players, I feel like that's kind of a problem. And Tibbs, say what you want about him, he always knew how to coach stars. Every star along the way, he knew how to coach. And Mike Brown and Cat, it feels like it's not there.
Disconnect.
Yeah. So when you go to the Garden, how often do you go? I should ask you that.
So not as much as I want to,
but enough.
But yeah, like once every 3-4 months. I mean, not a lot.
Are you when you go? Are you a body language guy? Like, are you paying attention to like how the players are like interacting with each other on the sidelines, stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. I look at the bench a lot, and I look at
who do you look at? Who are your eyes usually on?
Just all of them. I mean, Cat mostly.
Okay.
He's the most. I feel like he's the most theatrical about everything.
That's a great word for Cat. Karl-Anthony Towns is very theatriral. You heard it from Luke Manley.
He's emotional too. I mean, dude, I hate when guys argue with the refs, and I trust me, I get it. They're pissed off.
Yeah,
it's not like the refs could be like, you know what, you're right. Back on defense.
He'd be. I could see Cat having a post.
Hart's funny. I feel like he's a good bench guy. Like to have like on the bench talking up people. Dude,
obviously, I'm happy you came on this podcast. You should go on the Roommates pod.
Oh, kidding me? Yeah, I'd love to.
I think that'd be a good interview.
Yeah, no, those guys, I love those guys.
I think if there's anyone on the Knicks who is going to have a post-playing career in front of the camera, Hart one, right? Has to be Josh Hart. I could see Towns dabbling in but like in the role of like a basketball player in like a movie. Like you mentioned Tracy McGrady. Tracy was in Marty.
He was
as one of the Globetrotters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could see Cat doing that. Okay, so vibe check right now. If you had to pick one, Knicks are going to the finals, losing the first round, something in between. Where's your head at?
So I said when I got interviewed on the red carpet, shout out the red carpet. I'm a cool guy, dude.
Awesome, man.
No, I said that I'm telling you, they're winning this year, next year. I feel it deep down in my plums, as Will Ferrell would say. I'm not kidding. I feel it. I don't know what it is. They're winning a championship this year, next year. The Knicks, they are. You heard it here first from this fat asshole. I'm telling you.
Listen, I say a lot of pretty dumb shit.
Is that nuts?
No, it's not. No, it's not nuts. I look, watching Jalen Brunson now we've gotten a chance to watch him for 4 years. I've always kind of believed watching him like this guy's not going to leave New York without figuring out a way to get this team at least to a finals. Like you never know what happens in the finals. I've always felt like he's gonna get them to a finals. If it doesn't happen this year, I said some of this recently on a post game pod. I would guess the team looks a little bit different next year. That's the only thing I'll say.
I heard some rumblings. I don't know if this was an April Fool's joke. Are they thinking of firing Brown before the playoffs?
If they did that, if they fired,
no, they wouldn't, right? But I heard something like that.
If they did that, no, I could. Jamal Mosley, Orlando, I could see that maybe, but no. But look, it happened twice last year. The Grizzlies fired their coach before the playoffs, and then the Nuggets. Speaking of,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
and I'm being confident. They're probably going to lose in the second round. Or who am I fooling? I mean, people are scared of the Pistons. I'm scared of the Celtics. We were talking about it off camera.
I don't even know.
I'm terrified of the Celtics.
Again, last night watching Wolves, Pistons. Obviously, Pistons missing Cade, but Wolves also missing Ant. And like the confidence that Pistons team is playing with is like you've been an NBA fan for a long time. You just said like you love the NBA, you love the Knicks, but you love the NBA. Like you watch a team that just kind of has a belief, like every time they go out there, and the Pistons look like that team.
True.
So, which is like, okay, well, the Knicks are going to have to ultimately out-talent them because they have more talent. But it's like, can they make the talent come together? I don't know.
So I hope so. Do you kind of like? Are you scared? Like, are you very scared of this playoffs?
I am.
Just because how they're rolling into it.
I don't. You know what? I would love to see them playing a little bit better. Obviously, there's still time. Like we still have the final week of the season. They play the Celtics still, the Hornets. Like if they give me some convincing wins against those teams, I'll probably feel a little bit better. Right now, I'm like 50-50 about how I feel. Like, are they going to make the Eastern Conference Finals? They're going to make the finals. Let's do some rapid fire before we get you out of here. So, looking at the Eastern Conference alone, all like the lower seeded teams, who carries the biggest upset potential?
Well, I think the Magic.
The Magic.
They win the playoffs.
Dead team walking Orlando Magic.
Dude,
I love this. It's a hot take.
I feel like I feel like what you said about the Pistons.
Yeah.
They have that chemistry. I think Banchero or whatever.
Banchero. Well, if Franz comes back, maybe I think you got a point.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I have a feeling about the Magic.
They're tough. They're physical. Okay. Yeah. If the Knicks aren't coming out of the East, who do you think would come out of the East?
Celtics.
Okay. Who's coming out of the West?
Nuggets? No. Is Luka out for long?
Well, we're recording this on Friday afternoon. We had injured last night, so he might be out for a couple weeks.
If he's not, I could see them making a run.
Okay.
Luka, I don't know. He's been playing amazing, Luka, recently, right?
So Celtics, Lakers. We haven't had that in a little while. Who do you think is the
Spurs trust the Spurs.
I just don't think a team's going to go from not making the playoffs all the way to winning the NBA championship. It's never happened before. It's never happened again. If I pick a West team right now, I would take the Thunder. I think it'd be the Thunder. And I agree with you on the Celtics. If it's not the Knicks, I think it'll be the Celtics. Who do you think is the most underrated player right now in the NBA? Or the guy that you love watching and you think doesn't get enough love?
Alvarado. Am I nuts? He hasn't played.
You seem like you'd be an Alvarado guy.
I love Alvarado. GTA, man.
Yeah.
I love that they got him.
Yeah.
Has he not been great?
He's been a little disappointing. Leaves a little bit to be desired.
Okay. Because that Sixers game was amazing. I just love the passion he plays with. I love how sneaky he is.
He's very sneaky. And then give me one besides the Knicks. Give me a team that you like watching.
The Wolves when it
yeah
because I love DiVincenzo and Randall.
Well, there's a Chalamet connection there because Timmy won White Boy of the Year given by the illustrious Anthony Edwards on his podcast, which I'm sure I don't know if Timmy had to choose that or an Oscar. I wonder if he made a deal with the devil and said, no, I'd rather be White Boy of the Year.
No, you're right. And that Adidas commercial with when him and his boys singing Fantasia in the car. I love that, man.
Talk about actors.
I love Edwards, dude. He's my guy.
Did you see Hustle, the Adam Sandler movie? He was great in that, I thought.
Yes, he was. He was a piece of shit in that. He played it great, though. He
was a convincing piece
he played it great. That was Hernan Gomez, his brother.
And he was really good in it too, but I thought Ant stole the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So that maybe you answered the question already because maybe it's Ant. If you could act with one current NBA player, who would it be?
It's a tough one.
Or any player that you've watched, you've been a fan of.
Mitchell Robinson.
That's the right answer.
I feel like he's funny as shit, and he would go off each other great, not a buddy cop movie, but a buddy movie. Me and him.
Oh, but you talked about your audition process for Marty, just go in and futz around for half an hour. I could see a casting director doing that with Mitchell Robinson. Just go talk about whatever. Talk about fishing. Talk about trucks.
Oh, exactly, dude. Billy Crystal movie with guy from the Bullets with George Marish.
Oh my God, my giant. My giant.
Me and him doing that. I don't know.
Listen, if there's anybody out there, any aspiring producers looking to make a film, I would watch that movie. I think a lot of other people would too. So last thing, you've told me before we started talking, you kind of caught the acting bug now a little bit officially. Are you? I know you're maybe a little nervous, a little you're excited. What do you want the next few years to look like for you? I'm curious.
So I'm hoping this is my dream. Since I got this crazy role in this movie, My dream is to be on a show, like a Netflix show, HBO show, that lasts for 10 seasons, and I'm like a background guy, but knowable, like like Bobby Bacala on The Sopranos, like not a main guy, but one of the guys, and just collect those checks and just have fun with it and have a crew that you go to every day and consistency. That's what's scary about acting. I've realized, like, I still work at my full-time other day job, so like, oh, I got to take this off for this audition, and it's like I need consistent. That's what I need.
But I
love to be acting, of course, acting.
Sure,
Give me anything. Give me any role.
But no, I think, the other nice thing if you're in a series is I would guess is you kind of get to, you get to play the same character. So it's like you get used to who you're supposed to be and everything. And that must be nice.
And all the people you work with every day. But yeah, yes, you're the character. That's what would be amazing.
Listen, I'm sure your life has changed a lot already. If you got a role in something like that, I'm sure it would change even more. Do you like being known now?
It's very cool. Up by me, I live like an hour and 20 upstate.
Okay.
By Newburgh, shout out Washingtonville, New York.
Which is not upstate, according to Mike Breen.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah.
And up there, you know what I mean? I just got recognized at an ice cream shop, but no one recognized me, but down here, the last time I was in the city, I counted 10 people, dude. Like on a sidewalk and in a store. Like that's great. Like, and I was here for like 2 hours.
That's it.
It's like, holy shit. And this was right around when it came out.
Yeah, sure.
But it feels amazing. It's so cool.
Listen, man, you killed it in the movie.
Thank you.
Not being in the industry, you got the personality to make this work. I can't wait to see whatever you're going to be in next. I know you said you have a short film that may be coming out relatively soon.
Yeah. Shout out Mishy.
We'll have you back on when that comes out.
Thanks.
But yeah, man, appreciate you talking a little bit today, and I would wish you the best of luck, but I don't think you need it.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And what you guys are building here is awesome. So thanks for having me on. This was very cool, and this setup was amazing.
I was about to say, I wish people could, we got like a set camera set up here, but we are in the Fanatics basement, which is like literally a speakeasy. I don't know if you can see it behind us. I think Andrew's going to, turn the camera around a little bit. This is pretty nice. I don't know if they're ever going to let us back in here again, especially when I start to open the bottles back there. Anyway, Luke Manley, thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much for having me.
For the Knicks Film School Podcast. We'll be back with more fun and games before you know it.